This is how I make homemade cheesy hamburger helper. First, take 2 pounds of ground beef and put them in a saucepan. I like using a saucepan. I feel like it's easier to chop the meat into fine pieces than if it's in like a bigger frying pan. It just doesn't chop as easy for me. I put a tablespoon of oregano or Italian seasoning, a tablespoon of garlic salt, a tablespoon of pepper, and a tablespoon of salt. This is 2 pounds. So if it was 1 pound, you just cut that in half. Come back about every 5 minutes, keep chopping it and turning it. I'm gonna take these macaroni noodles and dump it in my pot of boiling water. There's about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the water and a teaspoon of salt, just so the noodles don't stick as bad. The macaroni noodles tend to stick to the bottom of the pot very quickly, so I went back with a metal spoon and scraped them off the bottom. Keep chopping the meat. There's about 5 minutes time span in between each time that I stir the meat and the noodles. The noodles cook about 16 to 20 minutes. Hamburger meat is done in about the same amount of time. So I use a wire whisk to get the last big chunks chopped down. This works well for me. It also works well to shred chicken like that if you have boiled chicken in a bowl, just to chop it with a wire whisk if you have to shred it for tacos or something. That's a little kitchen hack I figured out one day. I'm going to strain the hamburger meat in this sieve, and I just use the wooden spoon to push down on it to get that oil out, and later I'll render that fat to make some beef tallow to keep in my fridge. I take a jar of marinara sauce and a can of tomato sauce. I prefer the organic just to avoid the chemicals that cause disease and cancer. Half a block of cream cheese, and just begin to chop that cheese in there as you stir. Press it on the sides to break it up. This takes a tiny bit of doing, but you have to keep kind of stirring. You'll see it starts to turn real creamy. That is the only cheese that I put in this, and it makes it like a cream base with the tomato. So now I don't like to pour boiling water down my sink, so I use this frying basket to pull my noodles out and put them in this bowl, instead of dumping the water into my sink. And now that my sauce is blended, I pour it over the noodles. Give it a good stir. I'll top it with a little bit of shredded mozzarella. Gives it just that nice string cheese. So delicious. Thanks for watching. See you later.